23. Oh my god. Civilized 文明の進んだ speech 言論話すこと natural 当然の自然の generally 一般的に brain 頭脳の resistance 抵抗 belief 信念 accept 受け入れる instinctively 本能的に threaten 脅かす being 存在 existence. And at present, in the most civilized countries, we take freedom of speech for granted. At present は現在 in the most civilized countries, we take freedom of speech for granted. freedom of speech を当たり前に思います。We are so accustomed to it that we look on it as a natural right. Natural right. 私たちは so accustomed to it. とっても so accustomed なので we look on はみなしている we look on it as a natural right. But this right has been acquired only in recent times by struggling for it at the risk of life. But this right has been acquired only in recent times. 最近になってようやくの only by struggling for it. struggling は奮闘する right? And at the risk of life. At the risk of は何ちゃの危険を冒して Human societies have been generally opposed to freedom of thought, much more to freedom of speech. Human societies have been generally opposed. Be opposed to は反対している freedom of speech, freedom of thought に反対して much more まして freedom of speech も opposed している The average brain is lazy by nature and it is apt to take the way of least resistance. The average brain is lazy by nature. By nature は本来 and it is apt to はなんちゃらする傾向がある Take the way of least resistance. It is apt to take the way of least resistance. Ordinary man persists in beliefs which they have accepted without questioning and they are attached to them instinctively 本能的に they don't approve of anything which is not familiar to them at all because it threatens their very being の very はまさに存在そのものordinary men は persistent beliefs which they have accepted without questioning and they are attached to 愛着がある to them them は belief ですね Instinctively they don't approve of anything which is not familiar to them at all because it threatens their very being は存在At present, in the most civilized countries, we take freedom of speech for granted. we are so accustomed to it that we look on it as a natural right. But this right has been acquired only in recent times by struggling for it at the risk of life. Human societies have been generally opposed to freedom of thought, much more to freedom of speech. The average brain is lazy by nature and it is apt to take the way of least resistance. Ordinarily, men persist in beliefs which they have accepted without questioning, and they are attached to them instinctively. Instinctively, they don't approve of anything which is not familiar to them at all, because it threatens their very being. Very being.